Gavin Newsom is criticizing Trump, but let's see what he's done for Californians. During 2020, he told Californians to stay at home while he went to a birthday party outside of his own home. Pretty hypocritical. He's closed schools, which caused grades to drop for students all across the state. He has the highest cost of living in all of the United States. He has the highest gas prices in all of the United States. He has the highest housing costs in all of the United States. California has lost $1 trillion under Gavin Newsom because of Gavin Newsom's terrible policies and rich people leaving the state. He has homelessness crisis. He lives in a mansion, but everywhere around his mansion is complete chaos and homelessness. A high-speed rail project, the train to nowhere, has gone nowhere, and billions of dollars went down the drain and vanished. Okay, wildfire prevention has been terrible. He has failed in the Pasadena fires, for example. And illegal immigrants get more benefits than legal California residents. So, what kind of poor, sorry excuse of a governor is Gavin Newsom, and why does he think he has the right to criticize Trump when really he is one of the worst ranking governors in all of the United States, including Tim Walz, but that's a different story. Um, and Trump has had a great success over his first and second term and continuing his second term now. Obviously, I think his second term so far has been really almost as good as, and probably a little bit better in even 1 year than his whole first term. His first term was amazing, but his second term is really, really good. Even in the first year, and where does the Democrats and Gavin Newsom get off on lying so much and trying to make Trump look like the bad guy when obviously Gavin Newsom has done a terrible job? It doesn't matter what side you're on. He's done a terrible job for Republicans and Democrats and independents alike. There's zero excuse for Gavin Newsom being hypocritical like this. There's also zero excuse for any person, whether Republican, Democrat, or Independent, to support Gavin Newsom because he's a clown. He's a joker. Literally, his face looks like he's trying to fight Batman. There's zero reason for anyone to support him. Literally, his story is like Batman. There's conservatives trying to fight all of the chaos that Gavin Newsom is trying to do, and then Gavin Newsom is laughing in the corner and trying to fight the Batman people, which are the conservatives trying to fight the crime and trying to defeat, the bad guys. And um, you know, people try to defend their position on what Gavin Newsom is and what he represents, but they fail to deliver a comprehensive and convincing argument because there really is none. There's none. There's no logical argument that you can give that Gavin Newsom is a good person. Now, if I were to, defend the Joker here for a little bit, I would say he would probably be a good and effective governor. Sorry, a good governor because he's effective in the wrong way. He's effective for destroying the state. But he would be a good governor if he was, at least more independent, if not Republican, because he's effective. He's definitely effective in a wrong way, in a very wrong way. And he's destroyed the state. And he's getting people like Gavin Newsom defenders, his fans, to go to New York, and let's go to New York for example, and where we see for President's Day, Washington's birthday, first president, really the greatest president in the history of the United States, second Abraham Lincoln, and we can rank it all we want, but I think Washington is the best president in U.S. history, obviously, and you see people protesting Trump in front of Trump Tower. Like these are jobless people. These are people who have no purpose in life, and all they do is get paid by the billionaires they claim to hate, and they protest another billionaire. So it's really battle of the billionaires, and their minions are the liberal lunatics, or should I say leftist lunatics, because liberals and leftists are different. But these people have no job, they have no purpose in life, they have nothing to care about, and they get paid by the billionaires they hate to protest another billionaire. I mean, it's ridiculous, and it's like they're like children. I mean, like they're blowing kazoos and playing the drums in a terrible way. They're terrible musicians, by the way. These protesters. I mean, they really should take some classes. Because I mean, no one is going to come to their side with those types of music playing in their protests. Um, and there is something fundamentally interesting, which is that they have no idea what they're protesting about. They have nothing. They have no idea what they're protesting about. In fact, the signs that you see that they're holding up contradict each other. One sign says ICE is needs to be abolished, and then one sign says Trump is the type of person that ICE actually deports, right? So it's funny, and there's also a video I saw where a anti-ICE protester came or was protesting, and this guy wearing like a GoPro on his like cap or hat or whatever. He was interacting with this lady, and then he was basically trolling the anti-ICE protester, and she was like, "Are you on drugs or something?" It's ironic because she's actively simultaneously while arguing or talking to this person who's trolling her, she's simultaneously opposing a law enforcement agency that deports drug dealers and drug traffickers, and she's accusing someone of being on drugs. I mean, that wouldn't be a question if she supported ICE, right? If she supported ICE, then and let ICE do their jobs, and that wouldn't even be a question in the first place, because then there wouldn't be any illegal drugs that are you know destroying the country. And I don't know, it's extremely funny, it's hypocritical, it's sad in a way. And then jokers like Gavin Newsom are, you know, they they have no chance in the presidential race because no one is falling for them. Absolutely no one. The media can tell you whatever they want. The politicians can tell you whatever they want. In fact, the politicians do not represent their constituents at all. We can see with the SAVE Act, all of the Democrats voted no, but like almost 80% of Democrats support the SAVE Act, and none of the Democrat politicians voted for it in Congress. So it really tells you something what the media and politicians tell you versus the reality. And really, no one falls for them anymore. In California, Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco are head to head, and they're the top. That's not even for the Republicans, right? It's all out California census that's saying Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco are the top candidates for governor, and below are the Democrats. So it really tells you something, and how what people are thinking now, and really they're waking up to the fact that Democrats, people like Gavin Newsom, they're idiots, right? And social media, the media, politicians will tell you whatever they want, but it's not true. And they elevate things that aren't there, and they make stuff up, and they elevate things that are extremely small, and they make it seem like a big thing, even though it's not. So no one's falling for them anymore. Absolutely no one.